Welcome to Section 420, Talkin Yankees. So after getting back on the winning track by taking 2 out of 3 against the Baltimore Orioles at home, the Yankees finally went down to Tampa and had the big showdown against the Rays. Again, this has kind of been the Yankees' new nemesis just lately. Bounced the Yankees out a couple of seasons ago in the 60-game shortened 2020 season. And of course, last year the Yankees finished behind Tampa and had that one-game playoff in Fenway where they would ultimately lose to the Red Sox. So again, Tampa's been like the new dragon for the Yankees to slay. So they go down there a little limped up, a little banged up, but you feel good with Nestor Cortes on the mound. And the game was scoreless into the 6th inning where the newly acquired Matt Carpenter would score on an RBI single by Aaron Judge, giving the Yankees a 1-0 lead, and the Yankees kind of tee off from there, building up a 7-0 lead. But really the highlight of the game was another brilliant performance from Nestor Cortes, going 8 innings. He did come out for the 9th, had to be yanked. Wandy Peralta cleaned the game up. Tampa would score 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning, but at that point the Yankees had a 7-0 lead, so technically the score there went to 7-2. One of those runs charged to Cortes, but again, never a situation where you thought the Yankees were in danger of losing that game. And again, the Yankees take the first one, game 7-2. So you have at least Matt Carpenter bringing some good luck for the Yankees. Again, they put him in the starting lineup like right away, which is kind of surprising. It was just kind of seemed like an emergency situation. And again, he contributed by at least scoring that first run from Aaron Judge. Now the second game, not as high scoring, but still a good pitching performance from the Yankees. Another one. So this time it was Jameson Taillon going 8 innings. No walks, 5 strikeouts, and only allowing 2 Tampa Bay Rays to get on base from 2 hits, and that's it. So you might even look at it as probably his best performance as a New York Yankee. The Yankees got him on the board, home runs by Gleyber Torres, as well as the newly acquired Matt Carpenter. So, paying off dividends right again. So, again, just making Cashman look smart. But again, of course, the story was Jameson Taillon, again, probably putting in his best start so far as a New York Yankee. Relatively low pitch count. And in the 9th inning, I guess, Boone had a choice there. Decided to bring out Clay Holmes to close the game out. I think if the score was a little bigger than 2-0, Boone probably would have let Taillon go out there and have the complete game. But again, I guess since technically it's a save situation, and at that point, Taillon had a brilliant game, why put a situation where maybe he gives a bloop and a home run and then, kind of kill the whole mojo there. So let him, leave on a high note. There's 8 shutout innings and Holmes closed it out, which at that point was his 23rd consecutive scoreless inning, and the Yankees then taking the first 2 games down in Tampa, and you're really feeling excited about this team again at that point on a 4-game win streak, and again kind of says like, hey, you know what, maybe we can take 3 out of 4, maybe you can sweep these guys. And the next game you felt like that could be a possibility with Garrett Cole on the mound. Look at the bounce back where kind of got roughed up a little bit against that game in Baltimore at home. Again, wasn't terrible, just kind of had a couple of bad innings, and obviously on the other side of the mound pitching for the Tampa was the Corey Kluber, who of course the Yankees had last season, and you knew this was going to happen. And I'll get into the whole thing. The Yankees did give Cole an early lead, a sacrifice fly from Anthony Rizzo in the first inning, but from there on in, the Yankees did absolutely nothing. Could not get anything going against Corey Kluber, and again, you knew this was going to happen. He gave the Yankees that one little moment last year of the no-hitter, but then they had to go on the IL for quite extensive time. Came back, really had nothing for the Yankees at that point. And of course, when Tampa got him in the offseason, you just knew with Tampa and their great pitching and their pitching and their coaching staff and all that Kluber would just come back and bite the Yankees in the backside, and he did exactly that. Couldn't really get anything going against him. Now for Cole, he was rolling pretty strong for himself, had the 1-0 lead until the 6th inning where it seemed like he got a little bit flustered. G-Man Choi ended up walking him on a full count. Now it was a pitch that was very borderline, probably should have been a strike. Again, early in the game, Cole blew a fastball by Choi that blew Choi's helmet off. That's how dominant Cole's stuff was. But again, ended up walking Choi in that situation, and he would end up scoring later on from a single from Randy Arozarena, tying the game at that point 1-1. So Cole, again, with a great start, 10 strikeouts, but no win to show for it. And the Yankee bullpen with Lutke and Michael King would end up surrendering the lead. Kind of a well-placed, you would say, infield single, giving Tampa a 2-1 lead, and they would end up building up a 3-1 lead. And that would be your final score, 3-1. So the Yankees, after winning the first 2 games, hitting a high water mark of 33-13, 20 games over 500, didn't drop that game. So now at least you're in a situation where it's, all right, we got Severino on for the final game. Maybe we could at least take 3 out of 4. And early on, the Yankees gave Severino lead, a home run from Gleyber Torres. But in the bottom of the second inning, Severino served it right up. A home run by that aforementioned G-Man Choi tied the game with 1-1. Now, where it really got interesting for Tampa was the seventh inning. Severino's still in there. Had a couple of runners on. Did get a big strikeout in the situation, and Boone decided to pull him for Rob Marinaccio, the pride of the Jersey Shore, who overall for the Yankees has been quite good, but committed a cardinal sin, walking the first batter he faced, which loaded the bases, and then committing the second cardinal sin, walking in the winning run given at that point. So giving a Tampa a 3-1 lead at the point. He would end up hitting a batter as well, so a sloppy performance from him. He would need to be yanked. Now, Judge gave the Yankees a ray of hope, hitting a home run in the eighth inning to cut the lead 4-2. But that would be a final score. The Yankees would not be able to muster up any rally and would have to settle for a 2-2 split. Now, normally you say, that's a bummer. You won the first two games. You had Tampa kind of on the ropes a little bit. So you may think you're disappointed not winning those last two games. But overall, from the whole vibe of the thing, I don't think it was a terrible thing to split with Tampa in that situation. Again, you come in here with like half your team banged up on the bench. I mean, DJ did finally come back in game 3 with that one. But overall, the Yankees, with Stanton down, with DJ out a little bit, with Hicks banged up, with Chapman on the IL, Loizaga on the IL, Donaldson on the IL. You kind of have a ragtag team down there where you have to pick up Matt Carpenter off the scrap heap to come down there, and he contributes, at least in the first two games. So I think there is some moral victory to take away from that. So again, you have your good wins, your bad wins, your ugly losses, your good losses. I would say, losing those last two games weren't terrible. Again, you get a little greedy when you win the first two, but just to go down there, kind of compete with them with a lot of your key pieces out. I think the Yankees can at least hold their head up high. And again, it was all about pitching. And again, to beat Tampa Bay, you got to outpitch them. And if you saw like the last three games, the Yankees offense didn't muster much. They outpitched Tampa in the first two games, but just couldn't really edge out Tampa in those final two games. So the Yankees still have a little work to do there in terms of be able to pitch better against Tampa Bay. But again, those games are very close, and because there was good pitching, relatively short as well. Again, because especially if you look at that game with Tyone, I mean, he was just blowing through them, and of course, game 3, Cole and Kluber kind of just mowing each other's lineups down pretty easily. So again, the Yankees kind of right neck and neck there with pitching, and we'll see next time around. Maybe next time the Yankees are home, they can finally maybe the home field advantage work in their favor. So the Yankees split the Tampa series. Again, I would take that as okay. The Yankees at the point leaving that game 48 games into the season with a 33-15 record, 18 games over 500. Again, the start of the season, if you even dreamed that, you would take it in an instant. And it's the fact overall, the Yankees starting pitching has been fabulous. Had some key pieces down. It's okay, and and this is kind of annoying. He couldn't beat up Corey Kluber, just whatever. But he sticks it to you a little bit. But overall, I'll say a good trip for the New York Yankees. If you want to hear more content throughout the week, then go wherever you get your favorite podcasts and search Section 420 Talkin Yankees, the podcast. Subscribe, get notified when new content goes up. It's exclusive content for podcast subscribers, so why not be one of them?